Hello everyone, welcome. This is part 5 of planes. So if you haven't watched the part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4, so go through all the previous videos, right? So in this class, we're going to introduce a new subtopic in planes and a very interesting subtopic. That is, we're going to find an equation of plane passing through the line of intersection of two given plane, right? So they will give two given plane. You need to find another plane. That plane should pass through the line of intersection of the two given plane, right? So this very small subtopic. Based on this, we're going to do almost 7 problems, right? Based on this, we're going to do 7 problems. So I'm going to give the equation directly, right? That is to find the equation of plane. To find the equation of plane. To find the equation of plane through the line of intersection of through the line of through the line of intersection of the two given plane right? So they will give two given plane, right? So let us take the first plane to be equal to a1x plus b1y, a1x plus b1y plus c1z plus d is equal to 0 with the first plane. And similarly, take second plane q to be equal. Let us take second plane to be equal to some q. So that plane to be equal to a2x plus b2y plus c2z plus d2 is equal to 0, right? So they will give two plane. You need to find a plane. That plane should pass through the line of intersection of two given plane, right? So that equation is given by. So that means let me draw the diagram so that you will have more clarity, right? So they will give two plane, right? Let this be the first plane, right? This is the first plane P, right? Let the other plane be Q, right? Let the other plane be Q. The other plane be Q. Draw this diagram. Right? So let this plane be Q, right? Sorry. Let this plane be Q. Right? So they will give two plane P and Q. Now you can see you need to find an equation of plane through the line of intersection of two given plane. This is the line of intersection of two given plane, right? This is the line of intersection of two given plane. You need to find other plane. That plane should pass through this line, right? So that plane, so this is the required plane, right? So you can see P and Q are the given plane. P and Q are the given plane. You need to find an equation of plane. That plane should pass through the line of intersection of two given plane, right? So that this equation is given by very simple. P plus lambda Q is equal to 0. That's it, right? The required equation is given by required equation is the required equation is P plus lambda Q is equal to 0, right? So P plus lambda Q is equal to 0 is the equation of plane through the line of intersection of two given plane, right? So that is if P and Q are two given planes then the equation of plane through the line of intersection of P and Q, right? Of two given plane is P plus lambda Q is equal to 0. That's it, right? That is this plane. Equation of this plane is P plus lambda Q is equal to 0. Lambda can be found with the help of the data that is given in the question. Right? Lambda can be found with the help of data that is given in the question, right? The previous classes, right, in part 3, they will, for example, if you want to find a plane that is parallel to some plane, you just remove the constant term, you put plus lambda is equal to 0. To find the value of lambda, they will give some data, right? Here also, to find the value of lambda, they will give some data about the plane, about this plane, right? Yes. So only very, very important formula. If you want to find a plane that is passing through, that is through the line of intersection of the other two plane, this equation is p plus lambda q is equal to 0. Right? I'll repeat. If P and Q are two given plane, right? Equation of plane through the line of intersection of two given plane. So this is the line of intersection of two given plane, right? You need to find other plane. That plane should through the line of intersection of two given plane. So that plane equation is P plus lambda Q is equal to 0, right? So now we'll move on to problems. The first problem is find an equation of plane through the find the equation of plane through the line of intersection of these two planes. And they have said that this plane is passing through the point minus 2, 1, 3. Why they have given this data? To find the value of lambda, right? So they are given two planes. So you just draw the same diagram here. So they have given two planes, right? They are given two planes. Let us take this as P, this is Q, right? This is P, this is Q. Okay, this is our Q now. This is our Q. This is our P, this is our Q. Now we need to find an equation of plane through this line of intersection of the two plane, right? So that plane is given by this is a required plane, right? This is a required plane. So what is the equation of this plane? We know this equation of plane is P plus lambda Q is equal to 0. And they have said that find an equation of plane passing through, you need to find this equation passing through these two planes and the point. So this plane also should pass through the point minus 2, 1, 3. That's it, right? So let us take P to be equal to, let's take P to be equal to 2x minus 7y plus 4z minus 3 is equal to 0, and q to be equal to the second plane, which is 3x minus 5y plus 4z plus 11 is equal to 0. So we need to find an equation of plane passing through line of intersection of these two planes. The required equation of plane is the equation of plane through the line of intersection of the above two plane. The above two plane is P plus lambda Q is equal to 0, right? So P plus lambda Q is equal to 0 is this required equation. So P is 2x minus 7y plus 4z minus 3 plus lambda times, so Q is px minus 5y plus 4z plus 11 is equal to 0, right? This is a required equation. Now this plane is passing through the point minus 2, 1, 3, right? So they have given this data to find the value of lambda. So it passes through the point minus 2, 1, 3. That means this point will satisfy the equation of this plane, right? Call this as 1. It will satisfy 1. It will satisfy equation number 1. So substitute that point here. So 2 into minus 2 minus 7 times 1 plus 4 times z is 3 minus 3 plus lambda times. So 3 into minus 2 minus 5 times 1 plus 4 into 3 plus 11 is equal to 0. So we have minus 4 minus 7 plus 12 minus 3 plus lambda times minus 6 minus 5 plus 12 plus 11, right? So it is 2x minus 7y plus 4z is minus 3, 3x minus 5y plus 4z minus plus 11. Okay, is equal to 0. So we have this to be equal to So minus 4 minus 7 is minus 11. So minus 11 plus 12 is 1. 1 minus 3 is minus 2 plus lambda times minus 6 minus 5 is minus 11. So minus 11 plus 11 will get cancelled. So we have 12 is equal to 0. This implies 12 lambda is equal to 2. That means lambda is equal to 1 by 6. Right? So substitute in 1. Substitute in 1. So 2x minus 7y plus 4z minus 3 plus 1 by 6 into 3x minus 5y plus 4z plus 11 is equal to 0 is the required equation. If you want, you can cross multiply this. If you cross multiply this, you will have, so 6, multiply the 6 here, so that you will have, so 12x minus 42y plus 24z minus 18 plus 3x minus 5y plus 4z plus 11 is equal to 0, right? Overall, you're going to have by 6, take that to that side, take that to that side. The required equation of plane is, so 12x plus 3x, so it will be 15x minus 42y minus 5y, it will be minus 47y, 24z plus 4, so 28z. So here you will have minus 18 plus 11. So minus 18 plus 11 is minus 7 is equal to 0 is the required equation of plane. That's it. It's the required equation of plane, right? So 15x minus 47y plus 28z minus 7 is equal to 0 is the required equation of plane. Very simple, right? So they are given P, they are given Q. You need to find an equation of plane through the line of intersection of these two planes. That plane is given by P plus lambda Q is equal to 0. So P plus lambda Q is equal to 0. This is the required equation, but we don't know value of lambda. To find the value of lambda, they have said that it is passing through the point minus 2, 1, 3. Substitute that point, we are getting lambda to be equal to 1 by 6. Substitute this 1 by 6 here. Simplify. So 12x plus 3x is 15x minus 42y minus 45 is minus 47y. 24 is z plus 4 z is 28 is z. Minus 18 plus 11 is minus 7 is equal to 0. Overall, you're going to have by 6. Take that to that side, you will have equal to 0. 15x minus 47y plus 28z minus 7 is equal to 0 is a required equation of plane. That plane is through the line of intersection of these two planes, as well as that plane is passing through the point minus 2, 1, 3. Right? Very simple, right? So we'll move on to problem number 2. Again, it is very similar problem. To find an equation of plane passing through the line of intersection of the plane x plus 2y minus 3z minus 6 is equal to 0 and 4x plus 3y minus 2z plus 2 is equal to 0 and passing through origin, right? In the previous problem, they have said it is passing through the point minus 2, 1, 3. Here it is passing through origin, right? So similar problem. I think you can pause the video and do the problem in your own, right? We have two plane P and Q. This is our first plane P and this is second plane Q, right? Second plane Q. Now you need to find a plane through the line of intersection of these two planes. So you need to find a plane. That plane should do the line of intersection of these two planes. This is the required equation, right? That's a required equation. And we know this equation of this plane is P plus lambda Q is equal to 0. And it is passing through the point 0, 0, 0. In the previous problem, it is passing through the point minus 2, 1, 3. They have given this to find the value of lambda, right? Okay. So um, let's take the first plane P to be equal to x plus 2y minus 3z minus 6 is equal to 0. And Q to be equal to 4x plus 3y minus 2z plus 2 is equal to 0, right? The required equation of plane, right? The equation of plane through the line of intersection of the given two plane is P plus lambda Q is equal to 0, right? It is given by P plus lambda Q is equal to 0. Right? So required equation is, so x plus 2y minus 3z minus 6 plus lambda times q is 4x plus 3y minus 2z plus 2 is equal to 0, right? This is the required equation, but we don't know the value of lambda, right? So it passes through this plane. This p plus lambda q passes through the point 0, comma 0, comma 0, right? It passes through 0, comma 0, comma 0. That means this point will satisfy the equation of plane, right? Substitute this point here. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 minus 6, right? You put x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0 plus lambda times 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2 is equal to 0. So we will have minus 6 plus 2 lambda is equal to 0. This implies 2 lambda is equal to 6. This implies lambda is equal to 3. Right? So substitute in equation number 1. Substitute in 1. So x plus 2y minus 3z minus 6 plus 3 into 4x plus 3y minus 2z plus 2 is equal to 0. So x plus 12x, right? So it will be 13x. 2y plus 9y. So 2y plus 9y is 11y. Minus 3z minus 6z is minus 9z. Minus 6 plus 6 is 0, right? The required equation of plane is 13x plus 11y minus 9z is equal to 0, right? The required equation of plane is the required, just multiplied 3 and then I simplified, right? The required equation of plane is 13x plus 11y minus 9z is equal to 0. Right? This is the required equation of plane. Okay, and on to problem number 3. To find an equation of plane through the line of intersection of these two planes and perpendicular to 5x plus 3y plus 6z plus 8 is equal to 0, right? The previous two problem, to find the value of lambda, they have said that it is passing through the point minus 2 comma what is this minus 2 comma 1 comma 3. It is passing through 0 comma 0 comma 0. Now they are saying that this plane p plus lambda q is perpendicular to 5x plus 3y plus 6z plus 8 is equal to 0. Please pause the video and do the problem in your own, right? Very, very easy problem. If you understand the all concept very well, you can do this problem very, very easily, right? So if whenever they are given perpendicular means you make use of their direction ratio of their normals, right? Okay. So we'll do this. If not, if you are not done, no problem, right? Just go through this. You can do the next similar problem. So they have given two planes, right? Find an equation of plane through the line of intersection of. So they are given two planes. So they are given two planes. So this is our plane P and this are plane Q, right? These are plane Q. Now you need to find an equation of plane through the line of intersection of these two planes. So this is the required equation of plane through the line of intersection of these two planes. And we know this equation is P plus lambda Q is equal to 0. Now in the previous two problem, they are given that this plane is passing through 0, comma 0, comma 0, something they are given some point, right? So here they haven't given that point. Instead, they are given that this plane is perpendicular to this. We will make use of this. So let us take P to be equal to, let us take the plane P to be equal to x plus 2y plus 3z minus 4 is equal to 0. And let us take the plane Q to be 2x plus y minus z plus 5 is equal to 0, right? Okay. Now, what is the equation of plane through the line of intersection of P and Q? Find equation of plane through the line of intersection of these two planes. So, equation of plane through the line of intersection, of given two plane, is given two planes is P plus lambda q is equal to 0. This is the required equation of plane. What is P? X plus 2y plus 3z minus 4 plus lambda times 2x plus y minus z plus 5 is equal to 0. Let's group this term. So 1 plus 2 lambda into x. If you group y terms, so 2 plus lambda into y. So we group z term. 3 minus lambda into z minus 4 plus pi lambda is equal to 0, right? I've just grouped x, y, z. That's it, right? What is the group? If you take x outside, 1 plus 2 lambda, multiply this lambda inside. If you take y outside, 2 plus lambda. If you take z outside, here we have 3, here we have minus lambda, so it will be 3 minus lambda. Constant term is here is minus 4, here constant term is 5 lambda, so minus 4 plus 5 lambda. This is the required equation of plane. Now, how to find the value of lambda? Very well, listen very carefully. You can self judge, right? This plane, what is the direction ratio of the normal for this plane? The direction ratio of the normal to this plane is, what is the direction ratio? A comma B comma C. Ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0 means ABC is the direction ratio of the normals, right? What is the direction ratio of the normals? 1 plus 2 lambda, 2 plus lambda, 3 minus lambda is the direction ratio of the normal for this plane, right? For this plane, let us say this is the normal. This normal has direction ratio 1 plus 2 lambda, 2 plus lambda, 3 minus lambda, right? Now, this plane is perpendicular to, right? Let's call this as 1. It is perpendicular to this plane, right? 1 is perpendicular to 5x plus 3y plus 6z plus 8 is equal to 0. What is the direction ratio of this plane? Direction ratio of the normal for this plane. Direction ratio of normal for this plane is 5, 3, 6. Yes or no? This plane has direction ratio, that is the normal, right? So this plane has normal. For this plane, the normal has direction ratio 5, 3, 6. And we know direction ratio of the p plus lambda q, which is 1 plus 2 lambda, 2 plus lambda, 3 minus lambda. Now they are perpendicular. That means what? Now since they are perpendicular, direction ratio of the normal is 5, 3, 6 for this plane. Now since they are perpendicular, that means the corresponding normals are perpendicular. Since since they are perpendicular, that is, since the planes are perpendicular, corresponding normals are perpendicular. That implies A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2 is equal to 0 is the condition for perpendicular when you know the direction ratio of the two normals, right? So that means we have this plane as direction ratio 1 plus 2 lambda, 2 plus lambda, 3 minus lambda. This plane has not this for this plane, the normal as direction ratio 1 plus 2 lambda, 2 plus lambda, 3 minus lambda. For this plane, the normal has direction ratio 5, 3, 6. These two are perpendicular. That means 1 plus 2 lambda into 5, 1 plus 2 lambda into 5, A1, A2 plus B1, B2. So 2 plus lambda into 3 plus C1, C2, 3 minus lambda into 6 is equal to 0. Simplify this, you will get the value of lambda. So it will be 5 plus 10 lambda plus 6 plus 3 lambda, 18 minus 6 lambda is equal to 0, right? So 10 plus 3 is 13, 13 minus 6 is 13 minus 6 is 7, right? So it will be 7 lambda. So 5 plus 6 is 11, 11 plus 18 is 29, right? 29 is equal to 0, right? So 10 plus 3 is 13, 13 minus 6 is 7, okay? And 5 plus 6 is 11, okay? This implies lambda is equal to minus 29 by 7. The previous cases, we have found lambda very easily by simply substituting the point, right? Here, they haven't said that it is passing through this point. Alternatively, they have said that this plane is perpendicular to some other plane. That means what? The corresponding normals are perpendicular, right? So this plane has direction ratio of the normals for this plane is 1 plus 2 lambda, 2 plus lambda, 3 minus lambda. And then what is the direction ratio for the normal to this plane? 5 comma 3 comma 6. So these two are perpendicular. So 5 into 1 plus 2 lambda, 3 into 2 plus lambda, 6 into 3 minus lambda is equal to 0. So we'll have 18 minus 6 lambda, 6 plus 3 lambda, 5 plus 10 lambda. So you'll have lambda to be equal to minus 27 by 7. So substitute in 1, right? So you can substitute here or anywhere, right? You can substitute here or here, no problem, right? Both are going to give the same answer. So substitute in 1. So 1 plus 2 lambda into x plus 2 plus lambda into y, 3 minus lambda into z plus minus 4 plus pi lambda is equal to 0 is the required equation, but we don't know lambda. Now we have found lambda. Substitute that lambda here. So 1 plus 2 into minus 29 by 7 into x, 2 minus 29 by 7 into y, 3 minus of minus lambda, so it will be plus 29 by 7 into z. So minus 4 minus 5 into 29 divided by 7 is equal to 0. Now you can take 7 LCM here. So we'll be having 7 minus 2 into 29 is 58, right? 58 divided by 7 into x plus 7 2s are 14. So 14 minus 29 is minus 15 by 7 into y. So 21 plus 29 is 50, right? So 50 by 7 into z. And here you will have minus 4 minus 7 is minus 28 minus 29 into 5 will be 145, right? 45 divided by 7 equal to 0. So what I'm doing is take this 7 outside so that you will have 7 minus 58 is minus 51x minus 15y plus 50x, and this will be minus 155, 165, 173, right? So minus 173 is equal to 0, or just multiply this by minus. So 15x plus 15y, sorry, just get minus 50z plus 173 is equal to 0 is the required equation of plane, right? 15x, 51x plus 15y minus 50z plus 173 is equal to 0 is the required equation of plane, right? So you can see how beautiful, right? Actually, analytical geometry is very easy. Only thing is you need to understand all the concept, right? Before even whatever question you can give, just simply visualizing, we can easily do all the problems, right? So I'll move on to problem number 4. Before that, we will see 3 important notes, right? So these are very elementary note. So if a plane is parallel to x-axis, it will be perpendicular to yz plane. Right? If a plane is parallel to x-axis, it will be perpendicular to yz plane. And what is the equation of yz plane? It is x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 means what? If you want to write that in a general equation of plane format, ax plus by plus cz plus d, right? That means 1 into x plus 0 into y plus 0 into z plus 0 into d is equal to 0, right? So whenever, if a plane is parallel to x-axis, it will be perpendicular to yz plane. What is the equation of yz plane? It is x is equal to 0. So you can see which is missing. X is missing. That means x is equal to 0. Now similarly, if a plane is parallel to y-axis, it will be perpendicular to xz plane, right? So parallel to y-axis means perpendicular to xz plane. And what is the equation of xz plane? Y is equal to 0. Right? So these are very important. Equation of yz plane is x is equal to 0. Right? Equation of xz plane is y is equal. You see which is missing, right? Here y is missing. Here x is missing. And similarly, if a plane is parallel to z axis, it will be perpendicular to xy plane. And what is the equation of xy plane? It is z is equal to 0. Right? If you want to write that in a general equation of plane form, y is equal to 0 means what? 0x plus 1 into y plus 0z plus 0d is equal to 0. Right? Similarly, equation of xy plane is z is equal to 0. 0x plus 0y plus 1z plus 0d is equal to 0. Right? ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0. Right? Very simple, very important. If a plane is parallel to x-axis, it will be perpendicular to y-z plane. Right? Parallel to x-axis means perpendicular to y-z plane. Parallel to y-axis means perpendicular to x-z plane. Parallel to z-axis means perpendicular to xy plane. What is the equation of yz plane? X is equal to 0. Equation of xz plane is y is equal to 0. Equation of xy plane is z is equal to 0. Right? So remember this three important note. So now we'll move on to problem number 4. Right? So 4, 5, 6, 7. Still we're going to do 4 problems in this topic. After that, we'll be moving on to next kind of problem. Right? So we'll start problem number 4. Find an equation of plane through the line of intersection of the plane ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0 and alpha x plus beta y plus gamma z plus delta is equal to 0 and perpendicular to xy plane, right? Actually, problem number 3 and 4 are same, right? In problem number 3, they have given this perpendicular to 5x plus 3y plus 6z plus 8 is equal to 0. Now they have given that it is perpendicular to xy plane, that's it, right? So in the previous problem, same problem. Here they have given that this plane p plus lambda q is perpendicular to this plane. Here they have said that p plus lambda q is perpendicular to xy plane. That's it, right? Okay. So we'll do solution. So again, find an equation of plane through the line of intersection of these two planes. So we have p, right? So we have p and we have q, right? We have p and we have q. So you need to find an equation of plane through the line of intersection of these two planes. Right? So this is p plus lambda q is equal to 0. This is the required equation of plane through the line of intersection of p and q. Let us take p to be equal to ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0. Let us take q to be equal to alpha x plus beta y plus gamma z plus delta is equal to 0. Right? The required equation is, that is the equation through the line of intersection of given two plane. Line of intersection of given two plane is p plus lambda q is equal to 0, right? P plus lambda q is equal to 0. So p is ax plus by plus cz plus d plus lambda into alpha x plus beta y plus gamma z plus delta is equal to 0, right? So just group this. If we take a outside, so if we take x outside, a plus alpha lambda x plus b plus beta lambda into y. And if we take z outside, here we have c, here we have gamma into lambda plus the constant term is d plus lambda delta is equal to 0. This is the required equation, right? Now, this implies what is the direction ratio of normal for this plane? So what is the direction ratio of normal for this plane? It is a plus alpha lambda, b plus beta lambda, c plus gamma lambda is the direction ratio of the normal, right? So this line has direction ratio a plus alpha lambda, b plus beta lambda, c plus gamma lambda, right? Okay. It is perpendicular to xy plane, right? It is perpendicular to xy plane. In the previous problem, we have said it is perpendicular to this plane, right? So what is the direction ratio for this plane? It is 5, 3, 6. Here, it is perpendicular to xy plane. What is the equation of xy plane? What is the equation of xy plane? That just now you said, right? It is z is equal to 0. That is 0x plus 0y plus 1 into z plus 0 is equal to 0. This implies what is the direction ratio of normal? It is 0, 0, 1. Right? Now they are perpendicular. Since they are perpendicular, the corresponding normals are perpendicular. So this plane has direction ratio A plus alpha lambda, B plus beta lambda, C plus gamma lambda. This plane has direction ratio 0, 0, 1. So since they are perpendicular, so we have A1 into A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2 is equal to 0, right? You can see this star, this double star. So star, because why? Star and double star are perpendicular. So we know normals, we know direction ratio of their corresponding normals. So A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2 is 0. So this will get vanished, this will get vanished. So we have C plus gamma lambda is equal to 0. That means gamma lambda is equal to minus C. That means lambda is equal to minus C by gamma. This is the value of lambda. Right? Lambda is equal to minus C divided by gamma, right? Minus C divided by gamma, right? This is the value of lambda. Substitute the value of lambda in equation number 1. You can find the required equation, right? Very simple. So you just find the direction ratio of the normal for P plus lambda Q. It turns out to be A plus alpha lambda, B plus beta lambda, C plus gamma lambda. And it is perpendicular to xy plane. For xy plane, the equation is z is equal to 0. And what is the direction ratio of normal? It is 0, 0, 1. So we know direction ratio of normal for a xy plane, and we know direction ratio of the normal for this plane. So since they are perpendicular, a1, a2 plus b1, b2 plus c1, c2 is 0. So we have this into this, this into this, this into this 0. So we have got lambda to be equal to minus c by gamma. Substitute in equation number 1, you can get the answer, right? So substitute lambda is equal to minus c divided by gamma in equation number 1, right? Minus c divided by gamma in equation number 1. The required equation of plane is so we know the required equation of plane is a plus alpha lambda into x, a plus alpha lambda into x, b plus beta lambda into y, c plus gamma lambda into z plus b plus lambda delta is equal to 0. So substitute that here. So a into, so alpha into lambda. So alpha into lambda is minus c divided by gamma into x. B into beta into, so this is minus c by gamma into y, right? Plus c plus gamma into, so lambda is minus c divided by gamma into z. E plus delta into minus c divided by gamma is equal to 0. So bring this gamma to this side. So a gamma minus alpha c divided by gamma into x. Here we will have b gamma minus beta into c divided by gamma into y. And these two will get cancelled, right? These two will get cancelled. So we have this to be 0z plus gamma d minus c delta divided by gamma is equal to 0. So take this gamma outside. You will have a gamma minus lambda c into x plus b gamma minus beta c into y plus gamma d minus c delta is equal to 0 is the required equation of plane. Right? Is a required equation of plane such that this plane is passing through the line of intersection of these two plane. That is line of intersection of these two plane and perpendicular to xy plane also, right? So so it is, so this is the required equation of plane, right? Super, very simple, right? Find an equation of plane, choose the line of intersection of these two plane, and this plane is perpendicular to xy plane. So in here they have said that it is perpendicular to 5x plus 3y plus 6z plus 8. Here they have said it is perpendicular to xy plane, right? Both are similar problem only. Here we have z is equal to 0. Here we have 5x plus 3y plus 6z plus 8 is equal to 0, right? Then move on to fifth problem. To find the equation of plane through the line of intersection of the plane ax plus by plus cz plus d and alpha x plus beta y plus gamma z plus delta is equal to 0 and parallel to x-axis, right? Again, we have two planes. We have a plane P and we have a plane Q, right? We have a plane P and we have a plane Q. To find the equation of plane through the line of intersection of these two planes and parallel to x-axis, right? It must be parallel to x-axis. This is the required equation. This is P plus lambda Q. Now, why they are giving this? To find the value of lambda, right? To find the value of lambda. Solution. So, let us take P. P to be equal to ax plus by ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0 to the first plane. Let us take q to be equal to alpha x plus beta y plus gamma z plus delta is equal to 0, right? So equation of plane through the intersection of two given plane. Intersection of two given plane is P plus lambda q is equal to 0. That means ax plus by plus cz plus d plus lambda into alpha x plus beta y plus gamma z plus delta is equal to 0. So again you group all the x terms. So we will have a plus alpha into lambda x, b plus beta into lambda y, c plus gamma into lambda z. The constant term is d plus lambda delta is equal to 0. This is the required equation, right? Now it is parallel, right? It is parallel. That is one. One is the required equation. This p plus lambda q is parallel to x-axis. Is parallel to x-axis, right? So we know if a plane is parallel to x-axis, it will be perpendicular to yz plane, right? It is perpendicular to yz plane. It is perpendicular to yz plane. And what is the equation of yz plane? Okay, before that, what we will do is, okay, let us write one more step and then I will come back to this, right? Because we need to write down the direction ratio of the normal. This is the required equation. This implies the direction ratio of the normal for this plane is a plus alpha lambda, b plus beta lambda, c plus gamma lambda. This is the direction ratio for this plane. Now the plane 1, right? 1 is a required plane, is parallel to x-axis, right? Is parallel to x-axis. We know if a plane is parallel to x-axis, it will be perpendicular to yz plane. If a plane is parallel to y-axis means it will be perpendicular to xz plane. And if a plane is parallel to z-axis means it will be perpendicular to xy plane. So therefore, if a plane is parallel to x-axis, it will be perpendicular to yz plane, right? The plane 1 is parallel to x-axis. That means it will be perpendicular to yz plane, right? Yes or no? Yz plane will be perpendicular to yz plane. And what is the equation of yz plane? What is the equation of yz plane? Equation of yz plane is x is equal to 0. That means 1 into x plus 0 into y plus 0 into z plus equal to 0. This implies what is the direction ratio of normal for this plane? It is 1, 0, 0, right? That means these two are perpendicular, right? So parallel to x-axis is same as perpendicular to yz plane. Parallel to x-axis is same as perpendicular to yz plane. That's it, right? In the previous problem, they have given perpendicular to xy plane. This is same as what? Perpendicular to xy plane is same, sorry, perpendicular to xy plane is same as parallel to z axis, right? The same parallel to x axis means perpendicular to yz plane. Both are same, right? Don't get confused. Here they have said perpendicular to xy plane. Here they have said it is parallel to x axis. It is same as perpendicular to yz plane, right? Because we know the plane is parallel to x axis, it will be perpendicular to yz plane, right? And similarly, they will play around this. In exam, they will play around this. Don't get confused, right? Parallel to y axis is same as perpendicular to xz plane. Perpendicular to xy plane means parallel to z axis, right? So they will play around this. So remember this key note, very important, right? Parallel to x axis is same as perpendicular to yz plane. So perpendicular to that means p plus lambda q and yz plane are perpendicular, right? So we have p plus lambda q is that is p plus lambda q and yz plane are perpendicular. Yz plane are perpendicular. That means the corresponding normals are perpendicular. Two planes are perpendicular. The corresponding normals are perpendicular, right? This implies this plane has normal a plus alpha lambda, b plus beta lambda, c plus gamma lambda, and yz plane has a normal 1 comma 0 comma 0. So if you multiply this, we will have a into 1 into 1 into a plus alpha lambda, 0 into b plus beta lambda, 0 into c plus gamma lambda is equal to 0. This implies a plus alpha lambda is equal to 0. Alpha lambda is equal to minus a. Lambda is equal to minus a by alpha. Right? In the previous column, we have got lambda to be equal to minus c by gamma. Here we have got minus a by alpha. So substitute in 1. Substitute in 1. The required equation of plane is, so we have a plus alpha lambda into x, a plus alpha lambda into x, b plus beta lambda into y, c plus gamma lambda into z. Constant term is d plus lambda delta is equal to 0. Now substitute this minus a by alpha. So a plus alpha into minus a by alpha into x, b plus beta into, so minus a divided by alpha into y, c plus gamma into minus a by alpha into z, d plus delta into minus a by alpha is equal to 0. So this will get vanished, right? A minus a is 0 plus, here we have alpha into b minus a into beta divided by alpha into y plus, multiply this, alpha into c minus a into gamma divided by alpha into z. And multiply this, we will be having d, right? Alpha into d minus a into delta divided by alpha is equal to 0. Now take this alpha to that side. We will have the required equation is alpha b minus a beta into y plus alpha c minus a gamma into z plus alpha d minus a delta is equal to 0 is the required equation of plane through the line of intersection of these two plane and parallel to x-axis. Parallel to x-axis is same as perpendicular to yz plane. So you find the direction ratio of the normals for p plus lambda q. You find direction ratio of yz plane and make use of a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 is equal to 0. So you will have lambda to be equal to minus a by alpha. Substitute that lambda is equal to minus a by alpha here. So the required equation of plane is alpha b minus a beta into y plus alpha c minus ay A gamma into Z plus D alpha minus A. Yes, answer is correct, right? So we'll move on to sixth problem. So still we are left with two more problems in this topic. After that, we'll be moving on to the next subtopic, right? So we will do sixth problem now. Six and seven, only two problems left. So we'll do this solution. You can do any problem from now on. So very easy, right, Palar? Find an equation of plane through the point 1 comma minus 2 comma 4 and 3 comma minus 4 comma 5 and parallel to x-axis. Right? This is somewhat similar to the one that we did in the previous part, right? That is equation of plane passing through 2 points and perpendicular to one plane. So we know if a plane is parallel to x-axis, it will be perpendicular to what? The plane is parallel to x-axis, it will be perpendicular to y-z plane, right? So it will be perpendicular to y-z plane. Perpendicular to y-z plane, right? So we'll do this. So first, I think we already done this problem, right? Equation of plane passing through 2 points and perpendicular to one plane. So first, we'll take only one point. So equation of plane passing through equation of plane passing through 1 comma minus 2 comma 4 is given by, so what is equation passing through one point? So a into x minus x1 plus b into y minus y1 plus c into z minus z1 is equal to 0, where ABC is the normal for the plane. So here x1 y1 z1 is 1 minus 2 4, so a into x minus 1 plus b into y plus 2 plus c into z minus 4 is equal to 0. This is the required equation we need to find, right? Now where ABC are, where A comma B comma C are normals to the plane. Right? Okay. Now it is parallel to x-axis. That means what? It is parallel to x-axis. That means what? It is perpendicular to YZ plane. And what is the equation of YZ plane? The equation of YZ plane is x is equal to 0, right? That means 1 into x plus 0 y plus 0 z plus 0 is equal to 0. That means this plane has direction ratio of normal is 1 comma 0 comma 0, right? So since they are perpendicular, right? So that is the required equation and these are perpendicular, right? So let's call this as star, call this as double star, right? Now, star and double star are perpendicular, right? Because we need to find an equation of plane passing through this point and perpendicular to this parallel to x is same as perpendicular to yz plane, right? So these two are perpendicular. So that means ABC is the normal of this plane. 1 comma 0 comma 0 is the normal of second plane. So we have A into 1 plus 0 into b plus 0 into c is equal to 0. Call this as sum 2, right? Call this as 2. Now it is passing through 3 comma minus 4 comma 5, right? Actually we have solved similar problem. It also passes through the point 3 comma minus 4 comma 5, right? That means it will satisfy equation number 1. It will satisfy equation number 1 is a required equation, but we don't know ABC. To find ABC, they are given two data. One is it passing through 3 comma minus 4 comma 5. The other is it is perpendicular to YZ plane. That is same as parallel to x-axis. It will satisfy equation number 1. So a into x minus 1 plus b into y plus 2 plus c into z minus 4 is equal to 0. So we have this to be equal to a into b minus 1, b into minus 4 plus 2, c into z minus 4. So 5 minus 4 is equal to 0. So we have 2a minus 2b plus c is equal to 0. Call this as, okay, 3. Now solve 3, 2 and 3. You can find ABC. Substitute back in equation number 1. That will give you the required plane. Solving 2 and 3. Solving 2 and 3. So we have 2a minus 2b plus c is equal to 0. and we have a to be equal to 0, right? So substitute back here, right? So a is equal to 0 is the second equation. So if you put a is equal to 0, we have minus 2b plus c is equal to 0. This implies 2b is equal to c, right? Implies 2b is equal to c. Okay. So we have 2b is equal to c, right? A is equal to 0 means, okay, c is equal to 2b. Okay. Let us keep this as it is, right? So therefore, the required equation of plane is, the required equation of plane is, so required plane is a into x minus 1 plus b into y minus 2 plus c into z minus 4 is equal to 0. We know a is 0, so we have 0 into x minus 1, b into y minus 2, and we know c is 2b. Actually, we need to eliminate this a, b, c, that's it, right? The previous problem, we have used cross multiplication method. Here also you can do, but it's very elementary, right? A is 0. Now you find c in terms of b, this will get vanished. Now you take b outside, so that b will also get vanished now, right? So y minus 2 plus 2 times z minus 4 is equal to 0. This b is not equal to 0. This implies y minus 2 plus 2z minus 8 is equal to 0. So y plus 2z minus 10 minus c into z1, right? So this will be x minus 1. Sorry, this is y plus 2, right? Sorry. Y plus 2. Right? Y plus 2, right? X minus 1, y plus 2, z minus 4 plus 2. So minus 8 plus 2 is minus 6 is equal to 0 is the required equation of plane. Is the required equation of plane. Right? So very elementary problem. Actually this comes under the previous part. I'm doing because parallel to x-axis means perpendicular to y-z plane. Right? So we'll do last problem in this subtopic, and then we'll move on to the next one. So again, these are very elementary problem. Actually, we already discussed this. Find an equation of plane through the point 1 comma minus 2 comma 0. So we need to find an equation of plane. So that plane should pass through the point 1 comma minus 2 comma 0. That plane should pass through the point 1 comma minus 2 comma 0 and normal to the line joining point, right? And normal to the line joining 2 comma 3 comma minus 2 and 1 comma minus 2 comma 4, right? So we need to find the equation of plane. That plane should pass through this point and a normal to the line joining these 2 points. Actually very simple, right? We know that actually in the previous part we know that equation of plane passing through a point x1 comma y1 comma z1 and perpendicular to a line with direction ratio a comma b comma c is given by a into x minus x1 plus b into y minus y1 plus c into z minus z1 is equal to 0, right? I have already stressed it, right? This note is very important. If you know the line means you take that line. If you want to find an equation of plane passing through one point and perpendicular line means you take the direction, you find the direction ratio of the line and call that as a comma b comma c. Substitute here, you can find the equation of plane. Suppose if you want to find the equation of plane passing through a point, in that case you need to take the line to be a normal. Right? You just go to the previous videos. I have test this importance, right? Okay. So here the line is here the plane is passing through the point. The plane is passing through the point 2 comma 3 comma 1 comma minus 2 comma 0, right? So it is x1 y1 z1. And what is the direction ratio of line joining 2 point? The direction ratio of line joining 2 point is given by x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, right? This is the direction ratio of line joining 2 point. So direction ratio of line joining the point 2 comma 3 comma minus 2 and 1 comma minus 2 comma 4, right? 1 comma minus 2 comma 4 is given by 1 minus 2 minus 2 minus 3 4 minus half minus 2. So minus 1 minus 5 6, right? This is the direction ratio and we know x1 y1 z1. So substitute in equation number 1. The required equation is a into x minus x1 plus b into y minus y1 plus c into z minus z1 is equal to 0. So a is minus 1, x minus x1 plus b is minus 5, y minus y1. So you can see x1, y1, z1 is 1 minus 2, 0, right? c into z minus z1 is 0. So we have minus x plus 1 minus 5y minus 10 plus 6z is equal to 0. So minus x minus 5y plus 6z minus 9 is equal to 0. Or the equation of plane can also be written as, multiply this by minus x plus 5y minus 6z plus 9 is equal to 0. This is the required equation of plane. So we know equation of plane passing through a point and perpendicular to a line, right? Suppose if you want to find equation of plane passing through a point alone, you take that line to be the normal, right? I have already just said this many times in the previous parts. That is, you just go through part 1, right? Just go through part 1. Here we have discussed this, right? Okay, so that's it. So we have completed 7 problems in this subtopic. So we are done with this subtopic. Now what we're going to do in next class is we're going to do some problems based on all this, right? So we're going to do a lot more problems in the upcoming classes. That's it. Go through all the videos. If you have any doubt, you are always welcome to ask your doubts, right? So thank you. So we'll see you in the next class. Thank you. All the best.